Hello and welcome to the Curiosity and Consciousness podcast. The intention of this podcast is to help you to open your mind, get curious about yourself and raise your consciousness levels. Through these conversations, we hope that you will go on an inward journey to discover the truth of who you are and become the conscious creator of your life. I am your host, Karen Maloney, and I work as an inside-out coach, mentor and guide, helping women to revolutionize their internal chatter and create a life they love. Listen to the podcast on Apple, Spotify, or whatever platform you choose. And be sure to like, subscribe, review, and share the podcast. Check out my website as well, soulpowerlight.com, for more info. Hello everybody. How are you all doing? I hope you are keeping well wherever you are, that you're thriving and you're feeling really good, or always finding moments to feel good throughout the day, no matter what is happening. So today it is myself with you, and I wanted to talk about the subconscious mind a little bit, and why, when we want to make change in our life, that it's actually vitally important and crucial, and the only way we can make lasting change is by going within. Like that, we can change lots of things superficially on the external, whether that's career, job, location, house, relationship, whatever. But if we don't do the deeper inner work and connect with the subconscious mind, and not just changing things at a cognitive conscious level, if we're not connecting with the subconscious mind, the change will never be long lasting, because our subconscious mind is literally the driver. It is like our computer program that has been programmed for the most part before we were 7 years of age. And just why that is so is because before we are 7, we don't have the thinking critical or the beta brain. We haven't created those brain waves yet. So we're essentially in theta, which is like we're walking around hypnotized. So we don't have a filter. We don't have the conscious mind to filter data. So everything is programmed subliminally straight into the subconscious, and it takes everything, it records every single thing, it remembers every single thing, and it is programmed from this young age for the most part. Yes, we can create new programs whenever we want, and as we grow older we absolutely do, but the majority, until we do the inner work, 95% of our subconscious mind drives our environment, drives our conscious activity. So if we are not going to the deeper level of the beliefs that we hold there, and remember, they're subconscious, they are unconscious, we are not aware of them until we do the work. And I can certainly attest to that, because I remember on my journey years ago, you might be talking about, yeah, but maybe on a deeper level you don't feel worthy. And I'm like, it's so not true. I totally feel worthy. But again, that was just a conscious thought. I can think I'm worthy, but if it's still on a deeper level, there is something lying there. The subconscious is going to trump any conscious thought. So basically our thoughts are manifesting all the time from our subconscious mind. As I say, it is controlling 95% of our lives. It is automatic. It is the autopilot. It doesn't recognize verbal language. It works with symbols and metaphors, and it's more that feeling intuitive mind as opposed to the thinking mind. And they say that actually 98% or up to 98% of what we do, think and feel is actually not ours. It is actually not ours. And that's why when we start to wake up, we can often feel, whose life am I living? Who am I? That's why these questions come up, because we realize, well, we might not realize straight away that we've been programmed, but we are living life according to other people's or society's beliefs. But it's powerful. The subconscious mind is really, really powerful and necessary and useful. This is how we can be doing something in our everyday, whether it's at work, writing an email, washing the dishes, having a shower, whatever it is. And we can do all these things. Say we're in the shower, we can wash our hair, we can dry, we can put on moisturizer, we can get dressed, but we can be not conscious of any of that. We can be in our mind thinking about 1,000,001 other things. And that's because those programs are automatically running in our subconscious mind. So it is hugely beneficial, because if we had to think about how to do something every single time, it would be really exhausting. So it's a really, really powerful mechanism. But like I say, when we have limiting beliefs, and we all have limiting beliefs that have been programmed into us, that we have picked up subliminally through society, through peers, through family, through parents, through siblings, through education, through religion, we pick them up subliminally. Remember, we take everything verbatim on a subconscious level, especially before we develop our thinking mind. So of course there are going to be limiting beliefs, or if we don't go to the deeper level when we're creating change and really going within, well then it's never truly going to be long lasting, because those subconscious beliefs, remember, they're the drivers. They will trump any conscious thought. And that's why sometimes, I don't know if you've ever tried affirmations, and affirmations are really powerful, but again, if they're not believable to us, or if they feel a bit fake, remember, the deeper subconscious belief is going to trump that thought. So, say for example, money is a big topic that people always want more money, or they struggle with money, they find it really difficult, they have lots of limiting beliefs around money. But again, they may not be conscious. So say for example, you're trying to change your thinking around money, and you want to create some new affirmations. So you decide to start affirming, I'm a millionaire, I'm so rich, I have so much money, feels so good to me, I love money, and nothing is happening. And sometimes it feels a bit awkward. You might feel a bit restricted in your body, or a thought might pop up going, that's not true. So what's happening there is you're consciously just trying to think a new thought around money. But it's not enough to just think the thoughts. And again, affirmations can be powerful to help change thoughts. But if we're not connecting with the deeper belief behind it, if we're not seeing change in our 3D reality and actually seeing whatever we're affirming manifest, well, then there's a deeper belief that we're not conscious of, because our thoughts manifest. We are manifesting 24/7. So if we are not seeing the results physically in our 3D world, then that is an indicator that there is a deeper underlying belief that is unconscious, but also that is trumping those affirmations. So for money, it could be, money is hard to get. You have to work really hard for money. You have to hold on tight to your money. Money is hard to come by. And these are all, well, especially in Ireland, I'm sure, and many other countries, these were all societal subliminal messages that we may not have ever consciously thought. But again, they have been programmed subconsciously into our subconscious mind. They have gone straight in. And again, it's so embedded, we are not conscious of it. So we can think cognitively and go, nah, I don't think that. I don't think money is hard to come by. But if that belief is programmed into our system, we will not be able to trump it with just a conscious thought. So if I just start thinking, I'm a millionaire, I'm so rich, it's not going to connect because of that deeper underlying belief. So that's why it is so important to go inwards, to do the inner work, to become conscious of our limiting beliefs, because then we can change them. Because it's not as if they're programmed, that's it, they're not changeable. They absolutely are, but we have to be conscious and aware of them in the first place, and then change them, rewire them. And that's when affirmations can be really powerful, and lots of other tools, but we'll just stick with affirmations for this example. But that's when affirmations can be really powerful. So again, it has to be somewhat believable, though, a stretch, but still somewhat believable. So going from, money is really hard to come by, money is really hard to manifest, I have to work really hard for money, to going, I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire. That's obviously going to be a bit of a disjointed feeling for most people. Realistically, for most people, that is just too much of a jump to take in one step. Because again, we can't out-talk just the belief. We have to recognize it and then create something. And sometimes it is a step-by-step process. So it could be, I am willing to have a really good relationship with money. I am willing to love money, because this is another thing. Often we've been taught that money is dirty, only people who have money are greedy and money is evil. These are all other subconscious beliefs, whereas money is just an energy like everything else. So if we can start to shift our perspective and our belief around money to, I'm willing to love money. I love the energy of money. I love being generous with money. I love having money so I can create wonderful things. I am willing to enjoy money. I'm willing to allow myself to feel good about money. So when we bring in these kinds of affirmations, they shift the whole energy in our body, and it's rewiring that belief that money is really hard to come by. Instead, it's like, I'm willing to allow myself to enjoy money. And using something like I am willing is really powerful as well, because it gets rid of the resistance. Because sometimes if we jump too straight again, oh, I'm a millionaire, I love money, there can be just too much resistance. And we'll feel it in our body. If you are attuned to your body, you will feel that it just feels a bit off. Your body might constrict or feel restricted in some way, or you'll feel a tension or a tightening, and you'll just close down a little. And that's a sign that that's not right for me right now. That does not make me feel good, so that is not believable to me. So something like, I'm willing to really enjoy money. I'm willing to allow myself to love money, to receive money from unexpected sources, whatever it is. So I hope that just gives you a little insight on the subconscious mind, the power it holds, how it is the driver of 95% of our lives. But again, it is subconscious. It is unconscious. So that's why we need to take some time to go within, to allow some space, to be curious about what are we thinking. Because once we start to become curious about our thoughts, that can often lead us to the deeper belief below them, because it is those deeper beliefs that are driving our thoughts in the first place. They're coming from our subconscious mind. So if we can tune into them with curiosity, we can begin to do like reverse psychology on our thoughts. So if you're always thinking, I'm not good enough, nothing's ever working out for me, why are things so difficult, I always feel so sad or annoyed or whatever. If you start taking some thoughts, write them all down and then look at them and go, okay, well, what could be the deeper belief here? The deeper beliefs could be, I don't feel good enough. I don't feel worthy. I don't feel valuable. I don't feel supported. And then once you have an idea or bring some awareness to those beliefs, well, then you can look at them again and you can rewrite them. It's not a difficult process, but it takes discipline and it takes the effort and the time for us to do the work. And that's why they say, do the work, do the work. If you're not doing the work, if you don't do the work, nothing is going to change. Like you say, you can keep changing the external, but it's never going to bring long-lasting change, because those limiting subconscious beliefs are still the drivers. So it'll bring some maybe short-term satisfaction, but then again, you will start feeling those feelings and thinking those thoughts again. And again, the subconscious mind, again, it comes back to a video I recorded on my Instagram, how nobody and nothing can make us feel anything. Our feelings and our emotions come from inside of us. So say if we're irritated by everything, like, oh, this person is annoying me, my job is annoying me, my colleagues are annoying me, no matter where I go, everyone's annoying me. The truth is, nobody is annoying you. You are already irritated within you. That is subconsciously within you. So then that is what is showing up and what you're going to see in your external world. Because again, our external world is like our mirror. It really is our mirror. It is reflecting to us what is going on within us. So if there is chaos in your external world, there is chaos in your internal world. But again, Subconscious. You may go, no, that's not applicable to me. I know I did it before years ago. I'd be like, yeah, I get it, but no, that doesn't apply to me. I do feel worthy. Cognitively, at a mental level, I felt worthy, but subconsciously, I did not. So that's why things weren't shifting or manifesting either. You have to go within. You have to go deeper. You have to get to them. Like I'm saying, that irritation is already inside of you. That chaos is already inside of you. Because when you make the shift from the inside out, you see that, there can always be a level of challenge, difficulty, chaos, uncertainty, unexpected events in the external world. Because life is always unfolding. So there's always going to be an element of the unknown and surprise. That's a fact. But that does not mean you have to live on that roller coaster with it. And that's why going within, changing your subconscious limiting beliefs, the ones that are holding you back, limiting beliefs, changing them, then you become more stable internally. So then no matter what is happening on the external, you will be stable through it. Yes, you will have dips, but you will come back to your center, grounded, that stableness, that solidness within you. And that's the importance of going within. And, the subconscious mind can be elusive. And I know sometimes it took me a long time to really understand it. I was like, what is the subconscious mind? I don't get it. And it is all knowing as well. There's been many tests done on the subconscious mind, and even, a person, when they're asked their name, the conscious mind can reply within point whatever milliseconds of a second, pretty quick. But tests show that the subconscious mind already knows the answer before the question is even asked. The Heart Math Institute as well has done so many tests as well on images and how images flash up on a screen, and they can either be really loving or really gruesome images. And cognitively, again, we always feel the emotion pretty quick after we see the image, but subconsciously, every single time the signals knew whether a loving or a gruesome image was going to come up beforehand. So it already knew what was going to happen before it came up on the screen. It already knew whether it was going to be a nice image or a horrible image before the image came up on the screen. So this is the power of the subconscious mind. It is huge and it drives everything. So that's why if we don't go in and work on that level, we'll always be spinning. We'll never make true long-lasting change because those limiting beliefs from within are driving the show. But again, we can change them. We can change them, but we can't change them if we're not conscious of what we have to change. So that's this week's episode. I hope you got something from it. And if you're confused, don't worry, welcome it. Confusion to me always indicates that my brain is trying to compute something new. So this is all a plus. It's great. So just allow it. Be confused, come back again and again, because like that, it took me a long time to really grasp the subconscious mind, how it works, beliefs, thoughts, how they manifest, how they're showing up in our reality. So just again, that patience, that compassion with yourself, but lead with curiosity. Allow yourself to be curious because that will lead you to everything that you need to know. So let me know what you think. And as always, this is what I do. This is what I do as a coach, is to help people to do this inner work. That's why I call myself an inside out coach, because once I really grasp it and made the shifts, I'm like, oh my God, it all has to come from the inside. Everything is coming from the inside out, consciously or subconsciously. But once we can go in there, change our beliefs, then the beauty is that we are actually in the driver's seat of our subconscious mind. We are guiding. We're not like just the passenger in the train being driven along. We are actually conscious, and then we become the conscious creators, because then we can take feedback from our environment, from our thoughts, from our feelings, from our emotions, to be able to read them, to see what is going on inside of me, what is the belief that I'm carrying, what do I need to change, and boom, you see it on the external then. So it is fast, be patient, but it's super interesting. And like that, if anyone is feeling called for one-to-one support in doing this work, they're ready to make long-lasting shifts, reach out, send me an email, karen@soulpowerlight.com, or check out Soul Power Light on Instagram or Facebook, or my website, soulpowerlight.com. And I look forward to connecting with you. Bye. Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast so you get notified every time a new show is released. Get more information on this week's guest as well on my website, www.soulpowerlight.com.